I got married last year to this beautiful girl. I was happy, and she seemed happy too. Our families got connected through some common connection. I met her for the first time in a coffee shop in March last year. I liked her from the first instance I met her. Over next few months and several meetings, we talked about life, career, our future together, and all the stuff which one should talk before marriage. Our perspective on most of the things aligned, which had not happened with the girls I had met before her. I fell in love with her. The more I talked with her. So when time came, I said yes to marrying her happily. She also said yes, and we got married last October. Both of us are working professionals. So once she came to my home, we continued with our career, and everything was good at home. 2. We cooked together, went out, had fun. Everything was good sexually too. Then, beginning of December, I kind of felt that she is distancing herself from me. Initially, I thought of giving her space so didn't pry too much, but she stopped doing the things we were doing together. After a week or so, I couldn't ignore it any further. So I asked, "Is everything okay? You seem sad since past few days." She would just say, yeah, everything is fine. But her mood didn't change. For the next couple of weeks, I asked her from time to time, but she said the same thing every time and didn't want to talk much with me. I thought in the beginning that maybe it's something I have done, which might have offended her. So one night I apologized to her. I wasn't sure what I was apologizing for, but still I did, just to be sure that it's not something which I did unconsciously. But even after this, she still maintained her distance with me. She also avoided any intimacy, so I stopped trying to get close to her. It started to feel like I was staying with a stranger in my home. I also thought maybe she has some past history of depression or some other issues. So I talked with her brother and also one of her friend. But they told me that no, she doesn't has any such issues. By Jan end, it was around 2 months since we behaved like husband and wife. In between these 2 months, I tried many times to break this barrier and try to talk to her. But she would get irritated and angry. We had some small fights too. In the first week of Feb, she left for another city for a week and told me she has a friend whom she is going to meet. I felt happy that she finally is looking forward to something, and maybe it was this new place which made her sad. While she was away, I would call her every day once, but she would usually not pick up, or when she did, we talked hardly for like 2 months, and her 1-week stay extended to 2 weeks. I was okay with this. Finally, she came home, and I was very excited, because I thought this time she would come changed and refreshed. I planned the weekend for us together, but she was the same. She wasn't interested in spending time with me and was mostly in her room, either watching something or on phone talking to someone. I am not that kind of person who wants to disturb anyone's personal space, so I let her be. After 4 or 5 days like this, I didn't. What else to do? I thought of going on a Europe trip with her, to which she said no. One day, last Saturday, she went out for some parlor or other stuff, and her phone was at the home. Her phone rang. Initially, I ignored, then it pinged with some messages. Then I did what I didn't thought I would do ever. I saw her phone, though it was locked. I could see the WhatsApp messages. Notification and message read, "Hi, baby, I miss you so much. When are you coming again?" and some heart emojis. I can't explain how I felt after reading that. Once she came back, I confronted her. I didn't shout. I just said her calmly that I know who she went to meet and why she is not interested in me. She told me that it's her boyfriend from college. I didn't know what to say to her. I left my flat and went out. Later, I had some more questions that I asked her as to why she married me then and other things. To all these questions, she only had one answer that I don't know. Yesterday, she came to me saying she is sorry and that she has broken up with her boyfriend, and that she would never do something like this again, and that she would only love me from now onwards. I feel shattered inside. I don't feel anger. I just feel sad. And what's actually funny is that there is still some love that I feel for her. I feel disgusted with myself. I am not sure what to do now. I am a software engineer by profession, and I am 33. I am planning to leave the country and go for a software job in Europe somewhere. First, I will have to divorce her. Should I give her one more chance? I am aware of the fact that once a cheater is always a cheater. What do you guys think? Update: I got around 80 pings asking me to share an update, so thought of sharing it here itself. I decided to postpone the decision of whether to divorce or not for 6 months. I will make that decision after 6 months. In the meantime, we are not staying together. We are staying in the same city, but in different houses. She requested these 6 months. She doesn't want any money or stuff, and she will accept my decision if I still want to divorce her. After 6 months, as far as day-to-day is concerned, she visits me twice every day, and we spend some time together. She keeps on requesting to stay together, but I have decided not to for these 6 months. During the initial few days, she would come and cry for hours asking for forgiveness. It affected her health and her job. I took her to a therapist after one night when she kept crying. For the entire night, I couldn't see her this way in so much distress and pain. From the last few days, she is doing better. Usually, most of the time we are together during the evening. We spend it on cooking. We both like cooking. Every day, she will come up with a more complicated dish to prepare with sides and appetizers and whatnot. Yesterday, we prepared momos with soup inside of it. All our momos were breaking. We had to use a syringe to inject soup at an appropriate temperature to stop it from breaking. And this was just the starter. She also prepared main course and dessert. It took around 5 to 8 hours to prepare everything. Her intention is that the more complicated the dish will be, the more time it will take and the more time she will get to spend with me. I am living on a day-to-day basis, and I am not sure at this point what I am going to decide after 6 months. I would like to quote Rilke here: "Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final."